Two friends, two minds, and one love for Arsenal Football Club. You are now listening to the Cod and Two Minds podcast.
Hey, greetings everyone. And hey, a special greetings to the Bay Area Gooners out here in San Francisco Bay Area. They're centered right in San Francisco. This is the podcast Caught in Two Minds. You can find us on Twitter or just Google us. But on Twitter, we're at CITM Podcast. I'm Fitty and I'm at Gooner Rush. And with me, always co-hosting, it's E, and that's at E Marshall, EMARSHO. What's up, my partner E?
Not too much, Fitty. What's been going on? Tough weekend, you know.
Yeah,
Sunday was tough. Had a lot of fun, but tough loss.
Yeah. Some of the fun, we went out and did something we hadn't done yet in this area. We used to enjoy going downtown in Austin, Texas, back in our younger days, and go party down there with some of the folks. Yes. And have a good time, watch games at 7 a.m. and drink beer and eat breakfast and things like that. And we got a chance to do something like that again. So we met with on Twitter. You can find them at Bay Area Gooners, and they're a strong firm. A lot of people.
Yeah, good times. Bar was packed. For the Man United Chelsea game.
Yeah,
and that was the early game out there. What, 6 o'clock? So
6 o'clock in the morning, they were packed.
We got there at 7. For all those people, who don't quite get, being Fitty's passion for soccer, it's not just us. There's a lot of people who are, passionate about it, who go out and they watch it that early.
I mean, I gotta admit, and to put in perspective too, you can't even serve alcohol until 6 o'clock in California in the morning. So when the game starts at 6:05, the beers start flowing.
Right.
One of the things I just was forgetting, maybe because I hadn't done this scene in a while, was walking in there thinking it's 8 a.m. and I'd rather just have a coffee right now. But seeing like 200 people in there ordering beers and shots of whiskey and Irish coffees.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to just like join in with the fun. I mean, twist my arm.
Right.
Irish coffee and a couple pints. We were good to go.
Tremendous.
I think we were more fired up than the team, though.
Yeah, based on the way they played, I would definitely say so. Also, there were some East Bay Gooners there.
Yeah.
So, there was some fellow East Bay Gooners who made the trek over to San Francisco. And, it was a great time. Lots of great people. The bar was great. The bartender was a Man City fan. And every time he walked by me, he gave me stick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I didn't even know the guy, but he just kept, hey, how you doing, huh? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just be like,
and I do want to make sure we give their shout out too. We didn't say it. It's and that was Maggie McGarry's. Maggie, MCG capital GARRY. Maggie McGarry's. I think that's over on Jackson in San Francisco. So anyway, great scene, classic Irish pub, had the feel. Man City's supporters showed up too to the bar. I don't know. Did you notice me? I think I saw maybe 7 or 8.
Yeah, they had they were huddled in the far corner of the bar.
Oh yeah, there was like 6 more over there. That's right,
having a big old time.
Yeah.
A bunch of mercenaries. No history.
I think they go by the name, the Man City wagoners.
right.
The Man City bandwagoners.
Right.
Yeah.
It's they're the worst.
So despite the result, which wasn't in our favor, I will say, man, it was impressive to see the crowd out there. There's a lot of Arsenal fans. It seems to be everywhere I go. And we sure would just like to see a product that we can be proud of.
Right, so we don't look like a bunch of momos out at a bar at 7:30 in the morning. You know what I mean? I mean, come on.
You know?
At least show up. At least perform. Come to play.
It'd be nice to, like be able to drink in celebration instead of drowning our sorrows, you know?
Exactly.
Anyway, to the game, man.
Yeah. What else? What can you say?
I don't know what else to say. Everybody seems to have pretty much the same sentiment, I think, is that the team was flat.
Yeah. Based on our recent performances at Wembley, with the FA Cup finals, I was shocked at the way we showed up and participated in the match. We pretty much let them do whatever they wanted to do.
Sure.
They controlled the midfield. I thought the lineup, if we were gonna sit back and defend, I wouldn't have played Jack, Ramsey, and who was the other dude?
Ramsey, Xhaka.
Did Xhaka start?
Xhaka started. and
sure.
And Ozil.
Yeah, no Mkhitaryan.
Because we had the wingers going, so we had all these guys kind of bunched in the middle or whatever. But
wow, I don't even remember Xhaka being out there.
I know, right?
And Ozil was on Diaby's weed, just floating around like a butterfly, doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you were the one that was like, I'd take Ozil off. Like you turned around and you're like, I'd get Ozil off right now. And it was halftime.
it just, man, I don't know. It just nothing looked like it was going.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Aubameyang was offsides like I think 26 times.
Right. That one time he wasn't.
But I mean, in fairness to him, I mean, there's not much you could do when you're not really getting the service. So he was pushing the back line, trying to make something happen.
Yeah. Reminded you of somebody else, who's out of favor now. We spent $50 million on in the summer. Kind of reminded you of Lacazette out there. Like, I mean, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Right.
I can't get the ball.
Right.
What's going on? So yeah.
I think I've always been less harsh on strikers than some people, and because I'm more honest about whether strikers are actually getting service. If they're not getting the ball at all, then it seems to be the guys not being able to feed it to them is the problem.
Right.
And, a striker can't put the ball in the back of the net if he doesn't get the ball at all.
Right. That's like every good American striker throughout the years.
Yeah.
Like, what I mean? It's like all of a sudden he goes out of favor, but it's like, he's playing with, people who can't get him the ball. So it's anyway. But yeah. So the Chambers, somebody he's never trusted in a long period. He never trusts Chambers, doesn't want to play him, keeps loaning him out. And now we need him, and he's playing in cup finals. You know, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. As far as the planning, you know what I mean? We're scrambling around.
Yeah.
Like idiots.
The thing that I tripped off about Chambers too is how religiously Chambers has had to play on the right side.
Yeah.
So now in this big Man City game, Chambers played on the left.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's just so resilient. And we went 3 in the back, didn't we?
Yeah, we went 3 in the back.
With Chambers, Mustafi, and Koscielny.
Yeah.
And Mustafi, awful. The whole back line. Yep. You can say whatever you want. Koscielny, he's a captain. Yeah. But he still has that haircut. You know what I mean? Like, you got to look at it like anybody would have changed their hairdo by now. Anybody. But he's had that same haircut.
Eric, it is a good, consistent cut that we like on the club.
No self-awareness.
Somebody we can trust.
So, yeah, it's just an all-around poor performance. The main thing was this. When Man City scored the first goal,
yeah,
that was it. Heads dropped. We went old school. We went the Nilsson days, drop your head, get sad, get butthurt. And, that was a wrap.
Yep.
Sorry. I just,
I came to the...
Go ahead.
I just came to the conclusion that, the only thing that, even though the goal shouldn't have counted, the first one, when it does, then, it's only legitimate to cry about it if you don't give up 2 more goals in the game.
Right.
So, once it becomes 3-0, then you're like, it's kind of a moot point to just be like, well, Kun Aguero was offsides and that would have changed the whole,
Yeah, and if we had scored our first opportunity, well, you know what I mean? Who knows what would happen? But we would have never been able to hold on to a lead the way we were trying to play. Like, you can play defensive if, periodically you try to press them and get the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you're a good enough squad with a good enough technical ability, you can kind of keep the ball for a little while, pass it around. We'd give it right back to them over and over.
Constantly.
Like we had no class as far as just being able, like, when you watch Real Madrid play, if people are trying to press them, they're able to just kind of keep the ball. You know what I mean? We can't even do that. So, yeah, it was just, we were outclassed and they tried harder than us. It was just
the thing is, like you were talking about, like there was mixed signals about how the team was set up and then how we played. And if you're going to go defensive, I never understood. He never really goes all out defensive, though. Mm-hmm. Like, he's, like, afraid, like, he's not going to have enough creative players.
Right.
Even though all he does is buy creative offensive players. So,
right.
If there's one less of them on the pitch, then that's not a big deal.
Right.
Especially if you're sacrificing it for defense. So, if you're going to go defense and play 3 center backs back there, go ahead and play El Nini also.
And because listen, that's what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Do you ever play Jack and Ramsey together?
Right.
With just Xhaka? You know what I mean? For a while, Jack's been on the bench when Ramsey was healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's the type of foolish shit that everybody, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we're just, we're some fools in the East Bay talking about soccer, but that's obvious shit, dude.
Real obvious. We watched some of the little takes from London and stuff like that after the game, and the fans are absolutely raging, dude. They're losing their mind because the team just didn't show up. I mean, they didn't show up.
Well,
if that's Wenger's fault because he didn't fire him up, although it's just something was weird. You know what, though? I remember about 15 to 20 minutes into the game, and we both kind of looked at each other and went, they're kind of pressing, it seemed like they were kind of like in it for a minute.
Yeah.
But like you said, as soon as the goal scored, the 2 things that happened is, one, we started hanging our heads. But what was a trip is that, Man City really didn't aggressively attack us after the first goal. They got a goal, and they kind of played possession.
Right.
They kind of kept it and just waited to see if they can catch somebody on a cut.
Right.
But if not, they were willing to just keep it. And like we would get the ball back, but like you were saying, give the ball right back away again.
Like idiots. We look ridiculous. And I get why all their heads dropped after we gave up that first goal. A goal kick, from the keeper to the striker and to the back of the net.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the kind of silly shit that's been going on for a year. Like that's ridiculous. Yeah. In a cup final, that's how you're going to give away your first goal. So yeah, I get why their heads drop, but it's up to the manager to try to get him back in the game, and he was not able to do that. Even well into the second half, nothing. Yeah, a mess.
Yeah,
the roller coaster ride continues. We've been saying this shit for a while now.
I was watching Kun Aguero's finish and how easy he made it look to just put the ball in the net is the whole key.
Right.
I don't care how it looks or what you do, just put it in the net, and that's all he did. And I just thought Arsenal has struggled to have that kind of a finisher for a long time.
Yeah.
Even Van Persie wasn't that type of a finisher. He was get him the ball just outside the box and he'd put it away in upper V, or maybe cutting, he would volley a ball in. But to just watch, but then I just think I watch a lot of Arsenal games and I watch strikers against Arsenal just effortlessly put balls into the back of the net.
Yeah.
And most of the time I think it's because of the space that they create against our center backs.
Yeah. They're basically one-on-one with the keeper.
It's just, and when you're one-on-one with the keeper, you have time to breathe for a second, then it's just going to be easy.
Yeah.
You're
going to get tremendous opportunities to score goals. If you're a top level striker playing against an Arsene Wenger ran squad, you're going to get tremendous opportunities to score. Bottom line. So, all we have now, Thursday we play the same team. At this stage, like I was saying earlier, it's just all about, it's a must win for Arsenal's dignity as a club.
Yeah.
We're playing at home. They just beat us in a cup final in which we didn't show up. It's just all about pride at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. Chances are we're going to see 4, maybe even 5 different players on the pitch for Man City. Yeah. And it won't be a pause at all in their flow. They're going to still be Man City like they always have been.
Yeah, because I think they play somebody pretty good on Sunday.
Yeah.
After us. So, they'll probably play a weakened squad and they'll go out there and, terrorize us hope. And the thing is, I don't know what we can do if we're going to keep letting dumb, shitty goals in. There's nothing really we can do.
Yeah.
Every game you let in a weak goal.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Here, we don't necessarily have the same exact players, but when we're going, we can put goals in the net at a pretty good clip. But Liverpool's faced with the same situation for the last handful of years. Offensively, deadly. Defensively, liability. But for some reason, it doesn't affect their offense. They're still all out coming at you, not relentlessly attacking you.
That's a great point. There's no
for some reason we can just be drug out of a game because of some incident in the game.
Right. That's a great point because their offense is always going to show up.
Yeah.
Now, their defense sometimes might not, but their offenses, they can always count on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We can't. Our offense, it's like the team, it's like the organization, the decision, everything is just erratic and just,
Yeah.
So, that's a great point about Liverpool. They just beat the shit out of somebody on Saturday. You know what I mean? I think they just dropped 5 on somebody and shit. And motherfuckers were singing songs and stealing shit. Now I'm just fucking. But let's see here. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about the final. It was embarrassing. We didn't show up. I would say my man of the match, just like everybody else's, would have to be Jack's.
Yeah.
You know, we discussed it earlier.
Yeah.
You know, he was the only one out there who had a little fight in him. It was really weird to see him and Ramsey play together.
Yeah.
Against Man City, you know, and you would have liked to seen somebody like El Nini, somebody willing to run all over the pitch, you know, somebody willing to get involved. He can do all sorts of different things, good on set pieces, you know. So
it's kind of funny because you wonder what Wenger what is it between Xhaka and El Nini that he thinks Xhaka somehow is what, in what aspect is Xhaka better than El Nini, does Wenger think?
Well, I like his hair. I like his olive skin.
Very clean cut.
Yeah, I really don't know.
I don't know. Like, I know the typical would be, his long passing. But you remember, like, there was a couple incidents just in that game on Sunday that you heard the whole crowd just, like, everybody in the bar just like, oh, God, like, what are you doing? Like, it just, you know, I mean, if that's supposed to be your talent, like, you don't even do that good all the time.
Yeah, no, he was very bad, and let's not forget about Ramsey. Ramsey played like shit too.
Yep.
Ozil was just on weed. Yeah, I give him a pass. You know, everybody likes him this year, so hey. He's, you know, that's our Ozil. But Ramsey was a joke. Xhaka was a joke. Bellerin, you know, any day now, GQ's gonna call and send that motherfucker on the world tour because he wants to be a model, like you said the other day. You know what I mean? He clearly wants to be a model. The fucking blush, the lipstick the other day. Come on, dude. Anyway.
Hey, if you go visit his Twitter, all you're going to see is a lot of pictures posted of him, but not like very few in action. It'll be him like standing around in some skinny jeans or a close-up headshot of him with like his hair pulled back. You know, what is it?
What? Man bun? What?
Like never mind. I'm going to leave that one go. I agree with the man of the match. For some reason, I'm not putting as much blame on Wenger's for their attitude, but I am putting it on for his lineup a little bit. So my grade for Wenger's like a C-.
Yeah, I have to probably agree with that. I don't know what's going on with Mkhitaryan. You know, I'm not, you know, really digging around, you know, looking for shit. But, you know, maybe he was hurt, or was he hurt? Was he on the bench? Did he come in?
He did not come in. I think I saw him on the bench, though, but whatever.
If he was healthy, I thought he should have played.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't matter. The tactics were off, and the attitude was shitty.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who would have played. You know, doesn't matter.
And I mean, I did have a moment of thought to just take a step back and go, you know what, man? I don't know, dude. This, you know, if you told me that Ozil was going to have like 3 new attackers to play with, I would say they're going to sometimes look great and maybe not always look great. And, you know, maybe this is just the rough growing pains of all these guys trying to learn how to play together right now.
Well, yeah, it's like LeBron James says, you know, this gonna take some time, you know what I mean?
Right.
But we're, you know, I really don't have anything else to say. I want to thank the listeners for all their support and all their emails. Catch us at citmpodcast@gmail.com. Ask us a question, give us a thought, talk shit, do whatever. Thank you. I'm at E. Marshall, EMARSHO.
And I am at Gooner Rush, And one last shout out to at Bay Area Gooners. Thanks for the good time down there at San Francisco. And we'll be back, I'm sure, for some kind of a celebration instead of a mourning next time.
Yeah, we'll go when we get top 6 at the end of the season and have a nice celebrate over there at Maggie McGarry's.
Yeah,
tremendous place, fun atmosphere, beautiful woman. It was great, man. I had fun. Too bad we lost, but join us next Monday.
Hey, that was another good point, man. Our firm is much more beautiful than Man City's firm.
Yeah.
And I'll even say better than Chelsea's too. Fuck the headhunters. Fuck the headhunters.
That was at Gooner Rush. You said that. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. All right. And yeah, you can find us all on Twitter. And if you can Google us wherever you get your favorite podcasts and stuff. Look us up. And please subscribe, rate, review, do anything like that. We appreciate it. Peace.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Cottage and Minds. Please head on over to iTunes and subscribe, rate, and review the show. All feedback is much appreciated. If you would like to contact the show, drop us an email at citmpodcast@gmail.com. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at CITMPodcast, at Gooner Rush, and at eMarshall. That's EMARSHO. The music in this podcast has been provided by Statics. If you like what you hear, be sure to check them out at staticsentertainment.com and follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Statics Music. That's STATX Music. Peace.
Hashtag
One Love.
Peace.